Scragalagan, everybody. Hope everybody's doing amazing. Had the chance to talk to Skul, and he's a YouTuber. Started YouTube a few years ago, opening Pokemon TCG cards. Is it TCG trading card game? Yep. And and evolved into a pretty much a gaming channel. You know, he plays a lot of a few different games. Splatoon being, I think one of his biggest, but he plays pretty much everything. And interestingly enough, we had a great conversation about old media collecting, which he does a lot. Very passionate about it. Freaking loved it. And movie scores too. So a bit of a surprise to me. One of the reasons I enjoy doing this, getting to know people's passions. You think you're going to talk about one thing and then bam, another passion just pops through. And I thought that was awesome. So, I had a great time with Skul. As per usual, all the links are on the description to his channel, so you can check him out. And so hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. And take care, guys. Have a good one. I appreciate you watching, listening. You guys are awesome. I'm out. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole conversation about the old media stuff, because I'm very curious. Laters. Whoa. Am I in your podcast? I mean, your setup looks more legit than I. Look at this dude.
I'm a more or less full-time streamer now, so.
I know, dude. I know. Well, let's talk about how you went from opening Pokemon packs to streaming games. I mean, that's pretty freaking dope.
Yeah. Right now?
Bobby, listen, son. Listen.
Are we on? We're on.
We are ready to rock and roll, Papi Chulo. Hey, but first of all, by the way, thank you for your time, bro. I appreciate you being here, man. It's awesome. It's great because I never really had the chance to physically talk to you.
This is our first time.
Exactly. So, we chatted online, blah, 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 but it's not the same,
Yeah.
This is why I love this fucking format, because it's if I were to ask you on Twitter, hey, Skul, give me your phone number. Let's have a little chat. You were like, excuse me?
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, I got a podcast. Let's go. So, let's do it, bro. Let's do it. So, yeah, I love this shit. So,
yeah,
how
let's
you been,
do
man?
it.
How you been, bro?
I've been doing really good. A lot of stuff to collect. And of course, the pandemic jacked all those prices up, unfortunately.
Yeah, bro, it sucks. Listen, I'm happy I'm not collecting. I'm literally not collecting much because, I guess I'm jobless, so I don't want to be spending money.
Yeah.
You really can't go out, and like when you go out, everything's fucking gone already. So it's just a pain in the ass. So I'm glad I'm even right now, like the Target exclusive Mandalorian set with Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
From Hasbro. Like I feel the itch. I'm like, don't do it, Pito. Don't do it. Obviously, you're not gonna find it anywhere because the scalpers have gotten everything. They're on eBay for like freaking $70.
Oh man, yeah, I know. I know. Oh man. Yeah, I'm glad I don't really collect toys. I collect video games. That's the biggest thing I collect. I got something like 1,300 games in this room now. Physical.
Holy
that doesn't include my Steam library or anything. That's just the physical, like cartridges and discs and stuff like that.
That's amazing, dude. What a collection.
Yeah. I always need more. Of course, I own every single amiibo ever made. That's my pride and joy of my room, is a complete amiibo collection.
Which is how we met. It was, when I was doing the amiibo days.
Yeah,
I remember
exactly.
that, collecting amiibos before Nintendo decided to abruptly stop making amiibos. And
now they've started again. There's like 16 that they've announced.
I know.
They spent 2 years not making any and then just dropped another dozen plus on us. And when the amiibo thing first started, when amiibos first came out, I hadn't planned on collecting them at all. I didn't get any at all until I think wave 2 or 3 came out, and then the first three were Pikachu, Zelda, and Link, because I like those characters. I wanted the amiibo figures of them. Next thing I knew, I had dropped who knows how much cash, and I needed every single one. And I was so lucky that on average, I never paid over than suggested retail price. The most I ever paid was $60 for a Little Mac, And the vast majority of them, I ended up paying less than retail price because of Best Buy's Gamers Club Unlocked program, where you could be a member of that, and you could get 20% off of brand new games, and that counted amiibo figures. So for a span of 2 years or so, I was able to get every amiibo that came out for 20% off, which was really, really nice. And I miss
That's
that.
awesome. That's awesome. I remember getting that Little Mac amiibo. That
Yeah.
was the hype was real. It was so much fun. I was complaining like a bitch, but I at the same time, and I also said it in those videos, like I fucking loved it because the hunt, it was
The thrill of the hunt.
ish.
It's for me it was more fun to go out and find that stuff than it was to actually get it and put it on my shelf to collect dust. Now I just do it because I have everything. I need to keep up with everything. But for that span of like 2015 to 2017 or so, actually having to go out and find all those figures, and for a lot of the time it was staying up until 3 a.m. hoping that pre-orders would go up on time like they say, and just hoping that you snag one in the 5 minutes that they were up.
Good
And
luck.
I was so fortunate that I was able to be on top of that. The thrill of the hunt is what got me into it, and the payoff is I own everything now. So
That's crazy, dude.
it was really, really fun. I ended up getting one of your Amiibo Hunter shirts, and I
I
wore that.
appreciate it, bro.
I wore that so much when I was camping out. Like, you remember when Target had like Wave 4 and everything just dropped all at once? I
Yep.
wore that shirt and I camped out overnight. I was there the minute they closed, and I stayed until they opened. I was second in line. And
Wow, second
everyone,
in line.
yeah, everyone else in line was like, "Hey, where'd you get that shirt?" And I was like, "Oh, there's this guy. He's called the Amiibo Hunter on YouTube. Go check him out." So, yeah,
It was some fun. Man, listen, and I always say it, like I wish it would continue, like it would have kept going, because my channel's growth was ridiculous with
Yeah, I
when that was
know.
happening. I was having so much fun. I was meeting so many new people just because you had to camp. So
Yeah,
you will
had
see
to.
there, like out of the let's say 10 people to 20 people camping, only like 2 or 3 were douchebag, fucking resellers.
Yeah.
Everybody else was just there because they wanted it, or they were helping somebody else. So you got into, you talk to those people, you get to, I made some friendships, which is fucking awesome. Even digitally, like, look at you, like I'm talking to you, man. Like I met you in that whole freaking mess. It was fun, and it's crazy to me that Nintendo just, like fucking just that shit just disappeared. Like the hype was real. Like, oh man, I had so much fun. I miss it.
I miss it too. But at the same time, they did just announce 13 Amiibo coming out, and here I'm like, okay, let's get this over with. I'll go to GameStop and pre-order those Monster Hunter Amiibos. I'll go to Best Buy and pre-order the Cat Mario, Cat Peach. I'll make room on my shelf. I'll add another shelf to my shelf in preparation for the Smash DLC characters, only because I have to. But yeah, I do miss. I miss the thrill of actually hunting for them. I don't think I've actually hunted for an Amiibo in maybe 3 years. Every single one since then, I've just pre-ordered.
They're pretty easy to get compared.
Yeah.
To when they first came out. Like now, yeah, you can find them online, or you can just go into Best Buy. Even months later, like there's still some, it's just hanging around. I don't even know if there's like a rare Amiibo that came out recently, because again, I'm not in the game. But like I went to Best Buy and I see all the shit that's been out, and some reissues too from like old Amiibos. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, every time I stream, I get people asking, "Hey, do you have the Octoling Amiibos from Splatoon 2?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, that's super rare. And I'm like, I go to eBay, look it up. It's like $150. I'm like, for the triple pack, of course, not for individually. But I'm like,
damn.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Just did not expect that. I don't know what the prices are. I don't care what the prices are. I have them. That's what matters. I think the last one I ever actually hunted was the Mario cereal.
Which one's that one?
It was the cereal box with the Amiibo chip on it.
Oh my god, I didn't even know that shit happened. A cereal box?
Yeah, and you would not believe how hard it was to find. You can't order that. You can't pre-order that. It's food. So I hit up like every Walmart in a 50-mile radius every day for a month before I found one. It was amazing.
That is fucking crazy, dude. I didn't know there was a goddamn cereal box with Amiibo chips in it.
Nintendo kind of went a little crazy there when the Switch launched. Oh, man.
That's crazy. So you have all the amiibos. You have a shitload of games.
Yeah.
Do you have every Switch game?
No, no, I don't. There's over 1,000 physical Switch games now.
Ooh,
Uh, the biggest library of all time for physical games was the PS2, which had 2,500. I think the Switch is going to pass that.
really?
Yeah, really. I have about 380, and it's just crazy to think that that's not even half of everything that's been released so far. I have everything from the first year it was released, everything. From the second year it was released, I'm missing about as many games as released in the first year.
Gotcha.
It was just crazy how many games have released for that thing, and it's easily the console that I have the most games for. My second biggest collection is my Wii U, which I only have a little over 100 games.
Really? I have I think I have like maybe 3 games. First, my bad. Wii U physically, I think I have 1 game.
Yeah,
Physically.
there was a time when I was down to 1 game. I only had
Maybe 2.
Splatoon. I sold all my games because I realized I'm never going to play my Wii U. The Switch just came out. I care way more about that.
Mhm.
And then the collector mentality hit me around 2018, and I was like,
Fuck,
all
I
those
need 'em
games
all.
are so cheap, and there's only 150 of them. I'm going to go for a complete set, and I'm really close now. I'm missing like 20. Like,
So are those super rare and fucking hard to find, expensive, or just
it's odd. Like there's this. Do you remember the Amazing Spider-Man movies?
oh, fun?
There's a tie-in for the first movie that's like $30 on eBay. You know, it's not that bad, but it's Spider-Man and it's $30 and it's everywhere. It's not rare. It's just people
Mhm.
decided that it's worth $30 and I don't know why. The second game was $5. I bought it for $5, no big deal. But the first one is just it's stuff like that. You know, it's games that aren't really rare. Although I am missing 1 or 2 rare games on the Wii U, but it's just games that they're so common, but they're not as cheap as I wish they would be. So I just don't want to. I don't want to drop $30
Gotcha,
on a
gotcha.
game that I'm never going to play.
You're like, that's just gonna go on my shelf. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna play this bitch. I don't want to play $30.
Everything I get, you know, goes on my shelf and collects dust anyway. So may as well make it cheap enough while I can. But you know, I collect for all sorts of different stuff. I have games for consoles I don't even own. Rare, obscure stuff. I have
Really?
games for like the Intellivision. Unless you're a video game nerd, you probably don't know what the Intellivision even was.
No.
I have, yeah. I have games for. Let me think. I have a complete Pokemon collection, which I'm very happy.
Ooh, like literally everything.
The main series, I'm working on the spinoffs now, but for the main series, I have every single game complete in box. I just finished that collection a month and a half ago.
Moly. Do
So
you have them like specially displayed, or they're just
Oh yeah, they're specially displayed.
Okay.
I made a custom shelf on my wall. That's the exact width and depth needed to properly display all of the games, and it looks really, really good.
I'm assuming you have a collection video on
yeah.
your YouTube channel. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I have several. The Pokemon collection video I just posted about a month and a half ago. I have a game room tour that I did in early 2019, which is fairly outdated now. I'm planning on making a new one next year. I feel like doing a game room tour about every 2 years is a good space for the place to evolve and for you to add more stuff and shift things around. Because I watch channels that they do a game room update every single year and just not enough changes. Like
Gotcha.
I find myself skipping over entire like 5-10 minute sections of those videos just because it's identical. But then every 2 years, pretty much the whole thing is different. So and it's no different with my room. In fact, I'm busy repainting my room right now. And you see this this behind me. I
see that cabinet, bro. What's up?
Building an arcade cabinet for MAME.
You're building it yourself?
Yes, I am.
DIY? Wow, my man.
No plans, no nothing.
That's fucking crazy, dude. So, and for what is it?
It's to play arcade games.
Oh, just play. You're gonna have a fucking setup where you can load up whatever games you want and then just play them.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
dope. That's like an emulator, right? Is
Yeah.
that you had about there?
Yeah,
That's
trust
cool.
me, I wish that I could collect arcade games as well, but that's just that's the one right around there is where it's like, okay, that really is too expensive to
That's like
justify.
baller shit. Like yeah, you need to
Yeah.
be playing like the NBA or NFL and fucking
Yeah,
have
like
that money.
if I had thought about maybe getting into that maybe 5 or 10 years ago, it would have been fairly okay. You know, the most popular arcade games back in that day would have been like $200-300 for the whole thing. Now they're like 2 or 3 thousand. I just can't justify that. So,
And they
for
take
the
a lot of
arcade,
room too.
yeah, and they take room, which probably wouldn't have been that big of a deal to me, but oh well. I mean, it was I was trying to get an amiibo kiosk for years. I had maybe 1 or 2 deals on Craigslist that came so close, but just fell through because they never got back to me right after we
Oh,
was like, okay, I'll take it. I'll give you the money in person. Where do you want to meet up? And that's the last that I heard about them. And I guess they just found a better deal or something. And it was like at that time, it was like, where am I going to put it? I don't know. I'll find a place. And
it
now it
doesn't
really
matter.
is now it really is to the point where my room is just so full of stuff. The walls are lined with posters and games, and of course my amiibos and things that I like to display. You could probably see back there in the webcam that little wall of posters and stuff. I have an actual storyboard that was used during the production of the animated film Balto.
Oh, that's what I see Balto from here for sure.
Yeah.
That's
that
crazy.
little one there at the bottom
Oh
left.
my God.
That's an actual storyboard that they used during production. So I've gotten to the point now where I am displaying like actual pieces of history on my walls whenever I can.
That's so dope. Yo, Balto can suck a dick. Togo, right? That's who made that shit happen. Balto took all the credit. Fuck that dog. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm glad that you watched that film.
Oh, it's a great movie, by the way. I don't know if anybody has watched it. It's on
Both of
Disney
those
Plus.
films are good.
No, I love Balto. Balto is
Yeah.
a childhood classic for me. Great freaking movie. But
You know, that film turns 25 in like a week.
oh my, don't tell me, man.
Sorry.
I'm old as fuck, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
25. Woo!
Woo.
Man, I'm old. But I love Balto and that movie at the Togo. Am I saying right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
Okay.
Togo. The
That was
new
such
one
a
on
good-
Disney Plus.
It took me by surprise. Like, I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. It was a phenomenal movie.
It's an amazing film. Everyone needs to check it out if they have Disney Plus. And at this point, if you're not watching The Mandalorian, what's wrong with you? So you have Disney Plus.
Did you watch the episode today?
The new one.
Yeah, did you?
It's hard. It's hard to say, but it might be my favorite of the whole show. It's really
when
good.
I saw the slave one just fucking flying, I'm like, oh my god! I didn't know he had the slave one, bro. I got so fucking excited. It was
He went Banana Saiyan again.
oh, bro. I put my banana wig on. I'm like, it was so good. It was a short episode, but it was compact deliciousness. Boba Fett fighting like a motherfucker, not giving a crap about anything, putting his armor on, just that freaking Dark Troopers coming down, Baby Yoda getting taken. Oh man, and then now Din and Boba working together. My God,
that was a really awesome episode.
Oh
yeah.
my God,
We got
Go ahead,
2
go
more
ahead.
episodes left of the season. That's
I know,
awesome.
dude. I know. It's gonna end. I bet you Ezra's gonna come out of nowhere
I
answering
thought
the
maybe,
call.
like I was thinking maybe it might be Ezra. It could be Luke. You know, he was at the top of his game during the time. So
Exactly.
it'd
But
be cool.
I think it's Ezra. I think it's gonna be Ezra.
It'll be cool to see what happens.
Oh, I can't wait. It doesn't matter because I don't give a shit. I'm not one of these fanboys that are like, oh, I saw Asuka Tano and her fucking thing is too short. And I'm like, bro, man, who cares,
Boba Fett
bro?
acknowledged the prequels. The show sucks.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know. Like, man, just enjoy, man. Favreau
Yeah, I
is
know.
doing such an amazing work, bro. Just enjoy.
Exactly.
Relax.
Exactly. Star Wars fans are the worst Star Wars fans.
Pretty much. It's like, so I'm not like that. So I don't care who pops up. It could be fucking Jadel, bro. Jadel could come out of nowhere and be like, you forgot about me. Fuck you. Let me train you.
I mean, that's another thing that I collect is Star Wars stuff. I have 8 screen accurate costumes that I have approved with the 501st costuming group.
fucking 8. Not 1, not 2, but 8. And not
Yeah.
only costumes, They're approved by the 501st. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Lucasfilm has hired me for a few things to be a stormtrooper for events. That
No, no. Okay, well so you said Lucasfilm hired you to be a stormtrooper for? Is that correct? That I heard that
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Wow, shit. Are you do you belong to one of them legions of
yeah.
501st?
501st Legion. Yeah.
Okay, my man. So what did
So,
you do? Now you gotta tell me. When did you
oh
go?
man.
What did you do?
Well, let's
Oh,
see. Let's
gotta
see.
read
The
this.
probably the biggest one is last year. United Airlines unveiled a brand new Star Wars themed airplane, and its maiden flight was to fly out of the airport that's close to me. So Lucasfilm reached out to our local group and said, "Hey, we need First Order stormtroopers, the ones from the new
First order.
trilogy, and we need for you to come and be a part of the opening ceremony to kick this trip off." And I'm one of the only ones in the area, so I was hired, and that was awesome. And the whole time, I was talking with the LFL reps, like joking around. You're going to let us on the plane, right? You're going to let us on the plane. You're going to let us because like during rehearsal, they were just like, okay, you're going to be out in the terminal. You're going to walk out. You're going to flank. You're going to flank the CEO. You're going to stand with guests and take pictures, and then you're going to leave. It's like, but you're going to let us on the plane, right? And then the day of, about halfway through the event, the rep gets us all together while we're in costume, puts us in the corner, and says, "Do you guys want on the plane?" So they walked us out into the plane and had us walk all up and down. And the shortest one of us, who wasn't me, got to actually sit in the cockpit in their armor and pretend like they were flying the thing. It was awesome.
That is pretty freaking dope, man. I cannot believe that. Like, that's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks.
Uh,
You have legit. No. Let's just think about this. You have worked for Lucasfilm. Legit for the same people behind everything Star Wars. I can't say that shit.
That was pretty awesome.
That's pretty fucking dope.
Let's see, all my costumes that I have my First Order Trooper, like I said. I have an original trilogy Stormtrooper, the classic.
Of
I
course.
have been on stage with Weird Al while wearing that costume.
Really?
Yeah.
Gotta tell me about that, bro.
It's sort of a thing that he does. It's pretty. I wouldn't say it's well known, but if you know anything about him, you know that when he does a tour and on stage, he ends every show by singing the his song from the prequels. Mr. Anakin Guy, maybe
Okay,
later, someday
I didn't know
later.
that.
Okay, and when he does, he has stormtroopers on stage with him.
That's
So every city he stops at, he reaches out to the local 501st and says, "Hey, who hasn't been on stage with me? Come on up." So
that is so cool.
yeah, I was able to do that. He signed he signed my pass for the event, and so every time I go on a troop now, that pass is on the tote that I keep my armor in, so I get to show it off to everyone.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Like, did you think joining the 501st, just cosplaying because y'all love Star Wars so much, was gonna end up having you work for Lucasfilm and fucking just being on stage with, like, that's crazy.
Nope, I didn't have a clue.
That is awesome.
The unfortunate reality is that people do sometimes, this is not the majority of people, but there are people who join hoping that they get to do stuff like that. Like, they join to get the perks. I joined because I enjoy entertaining people. I love bringing smiles to people's faces. I love Star Wars. I love entertaining, and every time I go out, I've done over 100 troops now in the 5 years that I've been in, and
Wow.
every time I do, it's always so much fun. My favorite kinds of trips are where we go to hospitals, especially children's hospitals, and get to just brighten up their day. I've been to events where there are kids who were terminal, and we were doing Make-A-Wish events for them to, just in the last few weeks of their lives, just make them happy. And those are hard, but they're probably the most rewarding thing that I've ever done in my life. Just bringing happiness to kids who are literally on the verge of dying.
That's crazy. That's amazing. First of all, I have a kid, so just thinking about a kid dying, just
Yeah, God forbid, of course.
But you being, like, again, and I don't think, like myself, I never even thought about the 501st doing stuff like this. Like, that's amazing. Like, you guys going and, these are fucking kids who are about to essentially die soon, and they had a wish to I don't see some troopers or feel that Star Wars deliciousness, and
Yeah.
you guys literally brought that to them. Like that to me, that's priceless. Like it blows my mind because I never thought about that. And, I think about 501st. I think about cosplayers who do conventions, and I'm sure they have their own shindigs where whatever. And
Yeah.
never would I have thought Make a Wish Foundation hospital visits to terminally ill kids, just kids that are sick that are not necessarily gonna all that stuff. Like that's amazing, dude. That's life
Yeah.
changing right there.
That's why I do it. It's one of the most rewarding things that I've ever done and probably ever will do. Um, that's why I that's why I am in the 501st in general. The perks are just extra, and I never ask for them. Sometimes when a new movie comes out, they give us a free ticket to see the film for free, or a lot of times when we do conventions and stuff, they validate our parking and stuff like that. Little
Yeah.
things are nice. It's nice to march in the Thanksgiving Day parade. Didn't this year? Don't worry.
But
Not this year.
have you?
Yeah, well, not the Macy's parade, but
Okay.
the local one
But
here in
still,
Houston.
freaking local parade. Like
Yeah. The
imagine me
Houston
coming
parade
in there
I've
and be
been
like,
in.
hey, let me go to the parade. Man, who are you?
Yeah. It's
Fucking
also nice to
501st?
go to Comic Cons, of course. I mean, you've been to way more and way bigger ones than I have. You've been to Celebration. You've been to San Diego. My biggest ones that I've been to are like PAX and Comic Palooza here in Houston, and those are fun. They really are fun.
Hold up. You're telling me you, Mr. 501st, have never been to a Star Wars celebration?
I mean to. I've been meaning to. I actually bought tickets for this last time for 2019. I had to back out because I was so busy building. I don't know how well you could see it in the picture, but my R2, right there.
Oh, I see the R2 in the corner.
Yeah.
Were you gonna
building
take that?
him.
Were you gonna take that to the Star Wars?
The next time there is a celebration, I hope to.
That's dope.
He is life size. He turns on. He beeps. He moves around. All that stuff. It was not cheap, but I always
only
wanted to
imagine.
build a droid, so I did.
That's freaky. Like, and did you have plans? Do you download plans, a PDF or some shit for something?
Oh yeah, I had tons of help. Oh man,
Okay.
I could never have done that myself.
But that's crazy. Now, are you going to like Home Depot and buying shit and just making it a fucking droid? Is that? Or you?
For the arcade cabinet, yeah, I think every single thing in there has been from Home Depot so far. The droid, the best way that anyone can figure out how to build one is to go to astromech.net. All the information's there on how to build one, where to get your parts, all that stuff.
Oh, okay. So you get the parts from different websites, I'm assuming.
Yeah, there are droid builders who build the parts and then help other people obtain those parts.
Okay.
Of course, they can't make a profit from it. The only reason Lucasfilm allows for people to dress up or to build droids is because there's no money to be made from it.
Gotcha.
But there are. I wouldn't call it a kit per se. You do have to like get the parts and then put them together yourself, and you get the parts from all sorts of different places. Or if you want to go a lot cheaper and you're better at that thing, you can make it from wood or styrene. You can get to the point now where you can 3D print a droid and it'll look just as good as mine. I went all aluminum, and it's heavy.
Is it?
It is heavier than I am, so.
So transporting it is a bitch, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, no. I had to get a whole new car just for it to fit in.
That's pretty cool. So you decided not to go, or, whatever, just the world ended up, doing whatever it was doing. You couldn't go. You stayed building, and you haven't been to a Star Wars celebration yet.
Not yet. I will. It will
Okay.
happen someday. I'm a Star Wars fan, so I need
know,
to make
dude.
that pilgrimage.
It blows my mind that you haven't.
To be
that
fair,
I've
you
been-
had it easier than me. It was right next door to you.
And I got free tickets.
And you got free tickets.
I got lucky as shit. I had my friend who I interviewed on here already, and he was working for Green. Oh my god, what's the name of that company? Gentle Giant at the time. So he was able to hook me up. He told me, "Yo, are you coming?" I'm like, I wasn't planning on, but I do have friends that live in Tampa and Orlando, so
Yeah.
and then we ended up going.
Yeah.
I went with a few friends, and I got in for free, and it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah. I'd love to go to Celebration. I would love to go to a D23 someday as well, as
That would
a
be
huge
cool.
Disney nut. Oh man, just there's tons of things I'd love to go to. And I am fortunate to, my job is YouTube, so I don't have to worry about time off or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it shouldn't be that hard. I just got to save up the money. That's all.
You just gotta get, just do it, bro.
Just do it. Yeah.
I mean, whenever this fucking pandemic ends and we're gonna get gatherings and fucking cons back, because God knows when that shit's gonna happen. Because every con is it's all digital, it's all
Yeah.
freaking live stream and whatnot. So that blows. It's not the same 100%. If you've ever
No.
been to a con, like,
Yeah, no, I can attest to that. I mean, I'm also a big NASA nut. I'm a big fan of space exploration. So, you living in Florida, I don't. You probably don't see rocket launches or anything from where you
Mm.
live, or you do.
The
Apparently.
last SpaceX, bro. The last
Oh,
SpaceX. We went
yeah,
outside and, we saw, obviously, you just see the fucking light and whatever, but we saw
yeah,
the fucking rocket go up. It was amazing.
yeah. I need to watch a Falcon 9 launch someday. But this past February, I did actually drive to Florida as part of a NASA event because they know me. The thing is, like, they know me. They like I made it clear. Look, I am not a space YouTube channel. I am just a huge space fan myself. And they're like, "Oh, we don't care. Come on, you can come to anything that the media is invited to." So I do.
That is sick.
ESA launched a rocket to the sun in February. So I drove there in one day, participated in the media stuff, watched it launch, and then hit the road and came home that night.
You're in Houston?
Yeah,
And
it
you
was it was fun. I love road trips. So
but damn, bro, that's hardcore right there.
I mean, I would do it again in an instant for the Falcon 9 launches, or especially the Artemis launches that are due to happen in a year or two. So that'll be fun.
So what is Artemis?
That's NASA's next moon program.
Oh, that's right. I did read about that. Yes, yes. That's pretty awesome. I'm excited. And my kid loves space. Like, I have the app where I can see where the planets are at.
Yeah.
And you can see the ISS and the Hubble telescope and all
Yeah,
that crap.
I have an app that tells me when the ISS is visible flying overhead. It blows my mind every time. I must have seen it dozens of times by now.
I
It
don't
never
think
gets
I've
old.
ever I don't think I've ever seen it. I've seen a bunch of satellites moving about, but I don't think none of them were the ISS. And when I get the app and I see a satellite, I bring it up, and the ISS is always like fucking down here. It's never up there. So I'm like, damn it! I really just want to see that little reflection of the sun moving around and know that that's the ISS.
Yeah, I know. You should get an ISS tracker app and get it on that. You should get the one that I have.
What do you have? What do you
It's
have?
called ISS Detector. It's on Android though. I don't know if that's on.
I got Apple. God damn it, Apple. Fucking
First they
ISS.
take away our headphone jack, then they take away our space station.
Fucking Apple. I have Skyview is the name of the app that I use
Oh,
to
okay.
like, find the
Speaking of
planets.
Apple, I've actually started collecting old iPods now.
Really?
Like recently, I mean, there's this YouTube channel. I don't know if you've heard about it, but undoubtedly a lot of your audience has. The YouTube channel is called Dank Pods.
Never heard of it.
Okay, have you seen at least a video maybe pop up on your recommended of somebody who put a terabyte of storage inside of an old iPod?
No. Damn.
Okay, well, yeah, it's ridiculous what people are able to do with those things. Anyway, I found the channel. Yeah, that's an iPod Nano. I have one of those. But I just became addicted to his channel. His channel focuses entirely on iPods, and I began to realize, you know what? Those things are pretty much obsolete. They're old tech. I'm a sucker for old tech. I want to get some.
Done.
And they're ridiculously cheap now, especially the old ones, the really, really old ones that have like somebody's name and telephone number engraved on
you
it.
buy it and it's like, what the?
Yeah, I know. No one wants to buy those, so they're so cheap. So I'm like, okay. Thank you. This very long name that I can never pronounce.
That's so crazy. So there's a channel devoted just to iPods, which is an obsolete, technology essentially.
The most recent iPod that Apple has released was the latest gen iPod Touch, which I want to make sure I get this right. iPod Touch 7th gen. I want to make sure that I get the release date right. Its release date was last year. So basically, they do still make iPod Touches, but that's just because they're basically iPhones without the phone anyway. So they may as well. iPod Classics and Shuffles and Nanos, those are obsolete because most of their stuff was taken over either by the iPhone or by the Apple Watch.
Yeah, it's all in here. Like
Yeah, it's all in there. So odds are, if you have an iPhone, you use it as an iPod for all your music and videos and stuff
100%.
anyway.
Anybody who
So
has a smartphone uses it for music.
it's hard to believe that the original iPod launched in like 2001. It's almost 20 years old now.
It's insane, and I remember when that launched because of course I wanted one. I'm a guy who in school in my I thought I had it here. I have my uh what is that thing when you graduate? There's a book with pictures. What do you call that? You know what I'm saying? From your school? Whatever.
Debt
I don't.
collector.
It's a book about your classmates. It has all your classmates.
Yearbook.
Thank you. The yearbook. In the yearbook, under my name in Spanish, it says also known as a Chico CD player. Essentially the CD player kid.
Okay.
Because I always had a CD player with me with headphones, and I was always listening to music. Always. Or I would take my mom's Sony Walkman. She had like a running one. It was yellow and shit.
I kept my Walkman all the way until like 2012. I never got rid of mine.
Dude, and I would, and you know what I would do at night on my radio? I had a boombox. I would listen to music, essentially rock stations, what I was listening to back then, and I would record every time I liked the song. Like the song would come up for like the second time. I'm like, I know what this is. Plot, record, and just fucking, that's what I would blast when I was at school. Dude, like, oh my god, it's just
Yeah, the nostalgia rush. Yeah, that's exactly.
Bro, like I'm telling you, I still got the damn tapes.
I keep my tapes too. I love old media. I don't know what it is. That's probably why I have so many video games. But I also have I have probably 1,000 records, vinyl records.
That's awesome though.
To be fair, those were all my dad's, not mine. But I mean, I went out of my way to get a record player to listen to them all, and it's pretty.
That shit's in right now. Vinyl. I mean,
yeah, I know. I've been sent vinyl records for various things like video games for review purposes, and it's pretty amazing to me that such an old format is still being used so essentially religiously right now. It's amazing.
It's so good. It's so good.
I have records. I have cassette tapes. Of course, CDs. Those could be considered obsolete these days, although that's really hard to believe.
It's insane, dude. It's just every time I go to like any store, you remember the amount of space CDs took.
I know.
Just music CDs, and now it's down to like one end cap.
I know. Best Buy doesn't even sell them anymore.
No, it blows my mind, dude. Like, that's how old I am. Shit.
I mean, I love collecting other stuff too. Of course, VHS tapes. I'm sure you grew up on those just like I did.
Of course.
I have literally 1,000 tapes, 1,000 movies on tape. Just my dad collected them. I never got rid of them, and I've got the space for them. So it's of course you'll always want to watch a movie if you really want to see it in its nice quality. You'll get like a 4K Blu-ray or a bare minimum a Blu-ray these days. You don't even buy DVDs, but there's just something about watching my childhood movies on a VHS tape through a VCR on an old television that I just love. Of course I could watch it in a better quality now, but I don't want to. I love old stuff.
Just put in the VHS.
I know all the mechanical sounds like
so analog, dude. So analog. I
love analog stuff. Of course, we're getting into more obscure stuff here, but I have a collection of laser discs, which I love that format so much. My dad was so into it. He had a Pioneer laser active laserdisc player, which for anyone who doesn't know, that is like the mother of all laserdisc players.
That shit was fucking expensive. I'm sure.
He knew exactly what he was getting as he got it. And the older I get, the more I realize that. Just going through all his old stuff. He died several years ago, and I keep coming across new stuff of his. And now that I know about that stuff, I'm like, wow, he knew what he was getting.
You're like, damn, Dad.
I wish I kept that stupid player. I didn't know how impressive it was to have until like 3 years after it broke and we sold it for $5.
Ooh, is it like
Oh, it was
Expensive?
dead.
No,
It
no.
wouldn't turn
But is
on.
it
It wouldn't read
expensive?
discs. So
Is it expensive to get now?
it
Like
is
if you go
now.
try.
Hold on, let me go ahead and look this
Yeah,
up.
please tell me because I'm
That is like
curious.
the most sought after Laserdisc player of all time.
Wow.
And I wish that I had kept mine. Yeah, I'm seeing on eBay now for about there's one for about 500, but it's untested. Working for 750.
Untested. $500.
Working. These are all the Japanese versions too, by the way, not the North American versions like what I had. Although,
Mm-hmm.
from what I understand, they should still work. No problem. It's all analog. But anyway, but yeah, I love Laserdiscs. I've started getting into HD DVDs,
Oh
which
my God. Poor Microsoft. You tried. You tried.
I just I love failed formats. I love old formats. I can't tell you why. I just love them. I love the fact that these things tried and they may have failed, but they still work and they actually don't look that bad either. That's I just there's just something about that just screams to me like, yes, I want more of that. I want to experience more of this obscure stuff that people missed out on.
That it fascinates me because you know, you want we were here, right? And I'm assuming we're gonna talk about you know, I know you have a great passion for Pokemon and Pokemon cards and playing games, but I love the passion that is oozing out talking about these old formats and fucking it's just like this is why I'm here, son. I love it. I love it. I love that you're so excited talking about an HD DVD. Like, who cares about HD DVD? My man cares about HD DVD, bro. And it's funny because I had an HD DVD player, and I think it was King Kong that came out, the Peter
Yeah,
Jackson King Kong.
I have that. I have that.
And you know, it was the first time I had seen HD, and my mind was blown
Yeah,
when I saw HD for the first time.
I didn't experience HD until I bought the Blu-ray for Frozen. Seriously,
Really?
and
Wow.
and honestly, yeah, that blew my mind too. I still love that. I bought the Blu-ray before I bought a player to play it on, because of course back then, of course, it came with a Blu-ray and a DVD. So I just watched a DVD for a year until I got a Blu-ray player. But yeah, you know, comparing HD DVD to Blu-ray, the specs are pretty much identical. HD DVDs are essentially Blu-ray quality.
Yep,
It's
yep,
just
yep.
a
It's
failed
marketing,
format.
dude. It was marketing, and the PS3 or
The
it was I think
PS3
it was
was the
the
big
PS3.
one. Also, Disney went with Blu-ray instead of HD DVD. That was a big
That's when
as
shit
well.
started going into Sony. So when oh my God, what's the name of the words? Like companies and studios started
Yeah.
picking sides. It's like, okay, fuck it, we'll go with the Blu-ray. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll go with the Blu-ray. It's like, woof. I was working at Blockbuster. I did work at Blockbuster. Got
The
fired.
dream
Got
to have
fired.
worked at Blockbuster.
But I was working at Best Buy in 2008 when that fight was happening. So we had both HD DVDs, we had both Blu-rays, and I was, you know, balls deep into everything because I needed to know because I was selling
Yeah.
the stuff. So like I like my
That
memories
sounds like
of
that was
that.
a really fun position to be in.
And I loved it. And again, that's when I first started seeing HD. You know, we had the Pioneer Plasma, the latest Pioneer Plasma TV showing we had a Blu-ray player and
Good
we had an
old
HD DVD player.
plasma.
Dude, oh my God, those Pioneer fucking plasmas. God damn, they're so delicious. I love them. I love them. But yeah, and that's when I first was treated to HD. Funny enough, it was a Dave Matthews concert with I forgot his name, Tim something right now. I'm spacing out. I have that
Okay.
Blu-ray because it's a phenomenal concert. It's him and this dude, and they're both just acoustic guitars. My point is, it was in HD, and I was mind blown. It was wow, this is HD. Like, and then I got an HD DVD player because I had an Xbox 360,
Yeah.
and I played
That's
the
how
movie.
I won't lie. That's how I watch my HD DVDs with the expansion for the Xbox 360.
That's
I
it,
probably
dude.
have used my 360 more to watch HD DVDs and regular DVDs than I have to actually play video games.
That's freaking hilarious, dude. That's so funny. And there's a lot of movies. Well, I don't know how many movies, but I know there's a few movies that are not in other formats still. You know, be it HDVD or be it on DVD or even on VHS that haven't really made the jump to any other formats. You know,
Yeah.
The first thing that comes to mind to me is True Lies. True Lies hasn't come out in Blu-ray yet,
Classic film,
and
classic.
we don't have it on Blu-ray yet. The Abyss, we don't have on Blu-ray yet. Like, are you kidding me?
I feel like the Abyss got a release.
No, it might be announced, but there's no Blu-ray. Trust me. I've been on the
Oh wait, no,
search.
you're right. Holy crap. That's
Dude,
amazing.
these are James Cameron movies. These are amazing movies.
He's so busy faking making Avatar 2 that he can't release these old films.
So there's still movies out there that do not have a new format release. So the only way to watch it, it's either, of course, you have VOD, or you can watch it in a better way, which will be DVD, because that's
Yeah.
but yeah.
Or this is interesting. There's a lot of extra features that are locked to older formats as well. I can't tell you how many collector's edition of Laserdiscs there are with director's commentaries or behind the scenes. Like, there's this example of the Pocahontas. I mean, there could be better movies to make an example, but Pocahontas has a 2-disc Laserdisc special edition. The second disc is nothing but extra features that have never been released since. It's locked to that, and that's it's lost otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, old formats may not look the best, but they're still important and they're still worth preserving and, of course, collecting.
Hey, and I agree. And in a smaller scale, because it's not as huge as having an extra disc of special editions, you have so take Disney Plus for example. They've edited a bunch of movies already there for whatever reason. So Toy Story 2 had the prospector with a joke who was in today's era, it's all aligned. But
for most of the edits that Disney Plus has done, I'm like, I understand, but I don't like it.
But like Splash. There's absolutely no need to hide that girl's butt. It's an ass. I don't see anything else. It's just butt chicks. But then they did, and the work they did to hide her ass is disgusting.
It's terrible. They copy and pasted frames. That's what
literally. It's just horrible. Like, it's a butt. Kids see butts all the time. They see their parents naked all the time. It's nothing crazy. But anyway, I digress. My point is, yes, there's different things, and even there, movies that are not on fucking VOD anywhere.
I know.
And I'm blanking out right now, but I know there's movies that I've been trying to watch that are not there that I used to own, and then I just sold it. I'm like, fuck, dude, I need to get this on. Coming to America. Okay. My wife loves that movie. I can't find it. I think I was looking for it to find it, watch it for free. Couldn't find it. It might be out there for rent, but I'm like, if I'm gonna rent it for $3 or $4, the Blu-ray's like $7. I'm like,
yeah, you may as well spend a little extra to own it forever.
Give me the Blu-ray, exactly. So there's a, the I'm not gonna buy physical media ever again. It's like, that's not gone yet. At least not for me personally. Like, I love movies too much.
Yeah.
So, and especially movies that I love to, like Oblivion. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks about that movie. I love that movie. The score is fantastic. Joseph Trapanese and freaking M83. Amazing score. I love that movie. For me to watch that movie, it's nowhere out there to, watch it on those shit that I'm already paying. Netflix, HBO Max or any of that shit. It's nowhere. I have it on Blu-ray. I put that bitch on Blu-ray. Done. What's the other? Lord of the Rings. I have the extended editions on Blu-ray.
That just got a 4K release.
I know. I don't have a 4K player yet, but I have movies. I'm already buying movies that are 4K and Blu-ray.
Yeah, so that's future-proofing. Yeah, exactly.
So, but, I buy, like, movies that I love, and I know I'm going to rewatch. I just buy them physically.
Oh, 100%. For the longest time for me, I just bought every film that I thought, okay, I want to watch this someday. I'll just buy it now so that I have the option. Less so nowadays, honestly, because streaming services have become such a big deal. So, for example, let me think. I didn't buy Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse because I knew that I was given a code for to watch it on Vudu, and I just know anytime I want to watch it, I can just pull out my Vudu app and cast it to my television. I don't want to drop money on the film that it looks identical. So it's weird. I want to own it, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm such I'm so passionate about owning physical media. I told you how many movies and stuff I
Oh,
owned.
everything. You got everything, bro. Jesus,
And
everything.
it's not like I hate Spider-Man. I thought that was one of the best animated films that I've seen in a very long time.
Fantastic. Such
But
a good movie.
you know, I have the digital version. I know full well I don't own it. It's just an extended rental, but
Mm-hmm.
but I have it. So yeah, it's it's it might be a thing about maybe I'm growing older, or maybe I'm running out of space, or maybe I'm just slowly accepting streaming services. Um, I don't know what it is, but yeah, physical media means less to me. But old physical media, you know, I'll get that. I'll get that all day,
I
every
love
day.
it. I love it. It's like 10 years. I don't give a shit. No, you're talking about 11 to 20 years old, 30 years old,
Yeah.
baby. Bring it over here,
You know,
man.
it helps when you go to Goodwill and they've got like a pile of VHS tapes with the big clamshell cases for 50 cents.
Oh, I'm sure you're like, look at him. Ooh, that shit's in mint condition. Clinks. Ooh. I know, man. I know that feeling, dude. I know that feeling. And funny enough, talking about that transition from physical media to digital media, it took me forever to like join either Spotify or Apple Music, because I was so into physical media, because I've been collecting especially movie scores for the longest time, you know, since Armageddon. I think it was the first movie
I'm
score.
a big collector of movie scores as well. Absolutely.
Whoa, okay.
Another collection.
I just hold on. My dumbass just disconnected the headphones over here. I got so excited. But okay. So let's talk movie scores here for a second. What's your favorite movie score that you have, or favorites? Doesn't have to be one, but
Okay,
like,
let's just list off some. Star Wars, can't go wrong with that.
John Williams.
Apollo 13,
Who does Apollo 13? Is that Trevor?
James Horner.
Yeah. Oh, James. Rest in peace,
Rest in peace to a mighty legend.
James Horner, man. Why do you have to go fly that airplane? James Horner is
man.
so good. Apocalypto. Oh, such a great fucking score from James Horner.
I was very happy with the score from Avatar.
Oh, I love it too. And it's funny enough, if you listen to Avatar and you listen to Apocalypto, there's cues that he uses on both, and I freaking love it. I love it. Have you ever seen Apocalypto?
I don't think I have.
It's that Mel Gibson movie. I love that movie because the actors that he used there weren't really well known, and it's just I'm in the era where that movie was supposed to be filmed.
Okay.
And nothing takes me out of the movie. And the visuals are great. And again, the score, if you've never heard the score, I suggest you go wherever
I'll look it
is
up as soon as we're done here.
and listen to it. It's one of my favorite James Horner scores. It's so freaking good. But once you listen to that, you'll listen to Avatar and you'll get hints from like, oh, I see. There's some similarities.
Yeah.
There's some cues. And I love it. So James Horner, who doesn't love James Horner? Fucking James Horner is the shit, dude.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. Some other film scores I love. How the West was one.
Who does that?
Apparently Alfred Newman did that. But I mean, that was just a Western from the 60s. A magnificent film. Of course, E.T. Anything from John Williams, honestly. Anything.
John Williams, such an iconic dude, man.
Probably,
It's like,
honestly, probably the best film score writer of all time. I don't think anyone will ever beat him.
it's fucking John Williams. Like the amount of and I was reading years ago. Somebody was writing about how nowadays like movies don't have themes that resonate the way old movies used to have. Like
Right.
you listen to dun,
Jaws.
you know exactly what the fuck it
Yes.
is. Guess who it is? John Williams. You know what it is? Star Wars. John Williams. Like this dude just was writing just some crazy ass scores. The theme for Home Alone, like it's missing me right now. The tune.
Yeah.
Bum. Oh shit. That's you know what I'm saying? Like now it's not the same. Like you can't just go to somebody like Oblivion. That was just talking about Oblivion. Joseph Trapanese with M83. Great band, great composer. If I just start humming something from Oblivion, man, what? You know what I'm saying? So it's not the same. But John Williams is he's an amazing composer. Funny enough, and I'm gonna be 100% honest, I don't tend to listen to his music away from the movies. Like, I love his scores with the movies. For me to sit down and listen to one of his scores, like I normally do, like I'm very selective with him. I don't know what it is,
No,
but
I think that that's part of what makes him such a great composer is that the music sticks with you because of the movie, not because of the music itself. You associate the music with that movie while you're watching the movie, even if the music is right there. You hardly even notice because it's doing such a good job of just becoming one with the movie and not just the music in the background.
I tend to agree, dude. His Harry Potter stuff was awesome too. Like, come on, again, who doesn't know those themes? Like, dude, like,
Yeah.
awesome. Like,
Yeah.
and it's funny enough. I'm looking for it right now because when it comes to the Harry Potter movies, the last two movies, the composer escaping me, but I love those scores. They're freaking awesome to me personally. But again,
Yeah.
you hum any of those themes to anybody, they're not gonna know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. But you hum the original theme of Harry Potter by John Williams, people know exactly who the hell you're talking about. And
Yeah.
who was it? It was Alexander Desplat, who is a great composer in his own.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like, again, iconic themes. They don't make them the same way anymore. And
No, they don't.
I forgot what the article said as to why, but like, I don't know why. Like, to me it's crazy. Like, it's just it's hard to understand. But anyways, Alexander Desplat, the shit. I love his Deathly Hallows 1 and 2 scores. I think it's because the movies are more mature. There's more like hardcore crap going on, people dying, a lot of depressing shit. That's why I love Max Richter, and I love Oliver Arnolds, and those contemporary composers who compose very emotional crap.
Yeah.
But you can't take it away from John Williams. Like, you hum a John Williams theme, people know exactly where that movie's from.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Oh man, but dude, that's awesome that you like movie scores. So we were talking about. I was asking you like your favorite composers. Like what's your favorite score overall?
Probably Star Wars. Yeah.
Don't say. I was gonna say this guy's Star Wars. Which one? Is there a specific movie?
Honestly, my favorite score might be The Force Awakens, Episode 7.
Okay. Oh, I didn't see that coming.
I don't know why. It felt like, well, the movie overall is my favorite Star Wars film because it felt like such a triumphant return to the franchise. Like it was a good film. I think even the people who dislike the sequel trilogy will still agree it's probably the best of the three. I loved it a lot. It really felt to me like a Star Wars film. It felt like a return to the original trilogy, and the score helped with that. There were tons of leitmotifs, Rey's theme, Kylo Ren's theme, the theme of the Resistance, just all this stuff working together and meshing together and like a puzzle, and just flowing from one theme to another, not even giving you time to realize that it had shifted between the themes. And
I love her theme. Rey's theme is, I think, my favorite song, if you will, or cue, or whatever, on that album. It's so good.
No, I think there were 15 songs in the official soundtrack. I think I have 5 of them that I listen to at any given point in my playlist.
Okay.
Of course, the film ends with the Jedi Steps. That's the name of that song. It's like the film ends not with a return to all of the rest of the of the films or to the score. It gives you yet another brand new song, and it's still perfectly fitting. Like, only John Williams could do that, and it was perfect as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, it was, and I can't believe that guy's still freaking kicking
I think
ass.
The Rise of Skywalker was his final film.
The Rise of Skywalker?
I'm pretty sure that was his final
Have you
film.
seen him live?
I wish. I would give so much to see it live.
Bro, I saw him live when I went to okay, so I told this story already on the podcast, but I'm gonna tell it again because you don't know it. So I was invited to go to Sideshow Collectibles back in 2008, I think 2009. They were doing their normal event for Halloween called Spectacular. So they were getting ready for that. and they were gonna Travis, who was the guy in charge of media, whatever, at that time. Awesome dude, love you, Travis. He wanted to make like a little zombie movie, if you will. So we did a zombie movie, and I was invited to just to be a zombie, which is nothing. I got a tour of the place. It was awesome, great, and I stayed with Tim, who still works there. He does. He's a seamstress. He does like the costumes for all the statues and even 1/6 scale figures that Sideshow does for like everything.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, and Kevin, I think Kevin, yeah, they were all roommates. Kevin, who is now, Jesus, I don't know what the fuck, he's helming his own shit now at Sideshow. Like they've all grown so much since back then, but in those days they were all living in the same place, blah blah blah, and they knew that I loved movie scores, and John Williams was playing at the Hollywood Bowl. And so I didn't know that I was going, so we're driving towards there. I forgot what they told me to get me out and drive over there. And we were talking about composers. Danny Elfman came up, and then, Pito, so what do you think about John Williams? And I'm like, I love John Williams. He's great. But like, I don't like I just told you, like, I don't like to, I'm normally not listening to his music on my own like that. You know what I'm saying? So it felt like I was trash talking him, and then they're all looking at each other like, you're gonna go see John Williams right now, right? Live? I'm like, oh shit, but that's different, bro. Like, whoa. Listen. I might not be playing it on my iPod, but seeing an orchestra live, let alone with John Williams, I'm down.
Yeah, now, absolutely.
And he played the Harry Potter themes, of course, Star Wars. He played E.T. And the worst part of that, it was that I was so jet lagged that I was just fighting with myself to stay up. It was, oh my god, but like I enjoyed, like it was amazing. Seeing John Williams and just listening to that orchestra live, it was fucking fantastic.
Oh, it sounds like it. Yeah. There was a John Williams celebration concert that took place close to where I live in like 2017, where they had an arrangement of all of the John Williams, the best ones, of course. And that was another thing that I was a stormtrooper for. They had stormtroopers at the entrance to let guests in and stuff like that. I helped with that, and in exchange got free front row seats. And oh man,
wow!
Honestly, probably my
sick.
favorite song that they played that night was actually probably E.T.
Really?
They didn't play the main theme. They played the song that takes place at the end of the film.
Okay.
Like in literally the last 13 full minutes of the film, all the way until right before the credits roll. There's just something about that sequence in particular from that film that just makes me so, I don't know how to explain it. It's just really, really good cinema.
It is.
What else can I say?
And it always kept me waiting for a second installment.
And I'm kind of glad they didn't. I won't lie.
Hey, I'm not saying great or not great, but I'm like,
yeah.
I'll be right here. Dog, we're waiting for you. Where you at, son? Where you at? E.T., come back. Anyways,
yeah.
that was awesome. Listening to orchestral music live is amazing. I did the Zelda concert when they were in Orlando. Oh my
Zelda concert.
God.
I did Pokemon concert 3 times.
I wish I would have done the Pokemon one, but I did the Zelda one. It was mind blowing.
I've got tickets next year to see Final Fantasy VII remake in concert.
Shut up. Oh my god. I would die to see Uematsu. I forget it, how to pronounce his name. Nobuo Uematsu, right? Like, just because I know him and his band have concerts all the time. Like, I've been dying to see this dude live.
Yeah.
And either way, but seeing music from Final Fantasy being played live, please. Like, I'm such a bitch.
I got tickets. It was supposed to be this August, of course, but it got delayed till next year. The Dallas Symphony Orchestra will be playing it. I'm so looking forward to that.
Dude, there's something. I've been to the Ramin Djawadi's oh my god, what's that? Game of Thrones twice, and there's just something about listening to this orchestra shit live that is amazing. Yeah. It blows my mind. I freaking love it. It's so sick. Anyway,
I collect video game soundtracks as well. Whenever I can. Those are a lot rarer and harder to get than movie soundtracks, but I think that's
especially Japanese game. I mean,
especially
like nowadays, and one of the things I like about digital media and just the way shit is done now Is the oh my god, what is that? The remake?
Yeah,
I did.
this is appropriately enough a 7-disc soundtrack for the remake.
I didn't even know that shit was out already. See?
I spent a bit.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. You're good. You're good. But
Okay.
it was expensive.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
sure.
No, it was $77.77.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Square Enix is so smart. But yeah, no, I needed this. And
Oh.
of course, this is up for the Game of the Year award. Not game. Well, it is up for Game of the Year, but it's also up for the best score in a game at the Game Awards, which I think it'll win. So it makes it even better that I own it because this is the best game score from the entire year. So happy to have it.
Oh my god, that score. So I don't own a PS4, and I never played the game. I did see somebody play the game from start to finish.
Okay.
So I needed to experience it. You know what I'm saying? No question. My 4-year-old has been watching Advent Children since he was 2. So he knows Cloud, he knows Sephiroth, he knows Vincent, Barrett, like he knows everybody. He's 4.
Okay.
And this dude knows everything. So he knows what's up. So when I started watching the somebody playing, the gameplay, like he's like, "Oh shit." Well, he didn't say "oh shit."
Yeah.
But he's like, "Oh, Cloud and Sephiroth and blah blah blah." So I'm like, "Yeah, we're watching it, blah blah blah." So we watched it, and I love the direction they're taking the game in. Like, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do.
I'm really looking forward to the next parts. I was very, very satisfied with this game. I call it an easy 9 out of 10 for me, maybe better.
Like, I'm so excited that they're not just regurgitating, the old game.
They're really adding to it. I didn't actually play the original. Well, I was not into Final Fantasy whatsoever until basically last year. I knew about the franchise, of course. My first experience playing FF7, originally the PS1 game, was my cousin. I went to his house all the time growing up. Oh, those are awesome.
Bro, the OGs, dude.
OGs indeed. Polygons and everything.
Fucking awesome.
But yeah, my cousin had the game and he tried to get me into it, and I was into Pokemon. And
so
when he said, "Okay, we got to grind like 3 hours before the first boss," I'm like,
"What?
Can we just like go watch TV or something?" And then when I didn't realize that was what that game was until I was older, and then I ended up playing it for myself. I got a PS1 in 2017, I think, and I picked up Final Fantasy VII for it because it was right there on the shelf for $10. I figured, why not? It's a classic PS1 game as well. I want to play it someday. But I didn't actually play it until last year. January 2019, I picked the game up and started playing it. I'm like, okay, let's see what all the fuss is about. I put it down a month later after beating it. I'm like, holy crap. That was one of the best games I've ever played.
It's amazing, dude. And it's funny, like, I played that game when it came out. I was in 7th grade. Like, I didn't know there's so many themes like running through the game where like they just went through here.
I know. I had to look up so many. I had to look up so many like fan wiki articles. Like, okay, what exactly happened and all of that?
But
before I fully understood,
I played that game so many times. I bought it for the Switch a couple of months ago with the 8 and the 9 because I love all 3.
Yeah.
I've played all 3 already so many times, and I'm grinding now. Funny enough, with the 7, I'm in the submarine, just grinding the shit out of it because I want to go to level 99.
Yeah, that's what I did when I needed to grind. I went to the sub.
I got all 4 enemy skill materials complete, which I never did before because obviously I wasn't even thinking about it. Yeah. But now I'm like, yeah, bitch, I need this. So yeah. It's been awesome. I love the game. It's such a good game, and
it's probably my favorite Final Fantasy game. It introduced me to the franchise, so I've been trying to play other games. I'm probably about halfway through 6. I played a little bit of 10 and 13 and 15. Of course, I platinumed the remake only about 2 weeks ago. I was very excited for that. Yeah. I'm looking forward to 16 as well. I would play 14 if I had time, but it's an MMO and I don't have the time.
Yeah, that damn MMO.
But yeah, I'm very happy that I played 7 because it introduced me to the franchise as a whole, and to 7 in particular, which I've really grown to love, like hardcore. I love it so much.
Dude, my love for 7. Again, I was in 7th grade.
Yeah,
I've been a Final Fantasy bitch. I have a VHS in the outside over there. It was a promo VHS with like just dude. And I mean, like, I
That
got
sounds
some.
awesome.
It is. Like, I love Final Fantasy 7 so much. It's
Yeah,
not even funny.
you mentioned that it got a Switch release. It got a physical release on the Switch in Japan. I imported that.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah,
Can you show me?
yeah. Here, hold on.
Let me touch myself. Look at that. Look at that notebook, bro.
All right. This is Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII Remastered for the
my
Nintendo
goodness.
Switch.
That's so cool.
It is both games on the cartridge. They also released FF9 on its own. But yeah, I
Final
just dropped
Fantasy
the
9.
cartridge.
Have you played 8 or 9?
Oh, I have played a bit of 9. I'm about 5 hours in. It's awesome. I just need to find time to play it more. I haven't started 8 yet, but I plan to.
Bro, 8 blew my mind because obviously it came after Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
So I already had played Final Fantasy 7. That's so sick.
I am
And
holding Final Fantasy 7 for a Nintendo system.
that which is
man,
insane.
Yeah, you remember Final Fantasy was a Nintendo exclusive franchise through
At
6.
the beginning. Yeah, I know. And then it went to PlayStation.
Then Square was making 7, and they realized there was no way the N64 was going to be able to play the game. I think they said something like, even if they used the disc drive, which was released in Japan, and
Yeah,
not here,
that
it
bottom
still would
part,
have
yeah.
taken something like 30 discs in order to play.
Holy shit.
So Sony's like, hey, heard you want to make an ambitious game. You
We
want
can
us
do
to
it in
help you
3.
with that? Of course, this was when Sony was doing everything in their power to thrust a middle finger in Nintendo's direction. So
I mean, they pretty much did with that PS1. That PS1 and that PS2 was. I love the PS2. I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah. So of course, Final Fantasy, the main series never appeared on a Nintendo console again until now. We got 7, 8, 9. We got 10 and 10-2. We got 12. We got a pocket edition of 15. They really wanted to make 15 run on the Switch. It's just not possible.
It's such a big ass game.
Technically, 7 Remake can, because it runs on Unreal Engine 4. So it's possible that 7 Remake could come to the Switch, at least the first installment that's out. So
I was gonna show you this notebook that I've had since I was in 7th grade, bro.
That's awesome.
Look at this. Look at this. With the original artwork and shit, dude.
She's my favorite character.
Aerith, I love her. She's awesome, and she looks great in the remake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no question.
And I love that her voice actress is a gamer.
And I know, and she like cried after she heard herself. Like, it was.
Yeah, I know. Like, I keep seeing all of her reactions to stuff in the game. Like, they picked the perfect person.
I love the passion. I love passion. I
don't know how well this webcam's going to show it, but do you see
that?
that?
How the fuck you got a goddamn Buster Sword up there, bro?
Oh, I built that after my R2. I wanted a big project, so
dude,
I built
so
that.
awesome.
That's 100% wood.
Wow, that's
and
so dope.
To scale, it is scaled exactly as it should be.
That is so freaking awesome. I cannot believe you have a freaking Buster Sword up there.
Oh, I guess that proved that I can indeed angle this enough. Let me go ahead and show off my lights.
It's okay. I can see all the
that
Pokemon
shelf
games.
Is my Pokemon games.
Oh, my man. I can see. Dude, I have my friend Perthesius, who lives in Tampa, he does artwork. So he has he goes to con, or used to go to cons, now shit. But he has one of those things where you like fucking open up and just I don't know what you call them, some little display action so you can see graphics or whatever. So he has a Pokemon one. He had one of his artwork converted into one of those things. So like it looks awesome. I was just thinking about that, like, bro, he has let me see if I can find the artwork while I'm talking to you. But it's pretty freaking awesome. And I just like I saw that little corner that you have on there. I'm like, man, you could probably have that shit on there because like his artwork is amazing. But dude, like it's I think I have it right here. I don't think whatever. But yeah, dude, like it's oh, there it is. It's so cool that you built a damn Buster Sword. That's just
and
ridiculous.
Brianna White actually saw it and congratulated me on it. So
who's
the voice of Aerith.
Okay. I was gonna say that's so cool, man. I'm sharing my screen with you.
Okay. Right.
Let me know. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
So
this is
so
nice.
so see right here. So you got
Oh,
Blastoise.
I see Venusaur
So
Charizard.
exactly. So this thing is huge. It's like 8 feet tall,
Oh,
and
yeah, that's
so
impressive.
I have it here. So I'm like, oh, dude, that would look
I
perfect
see.
with
I
your
think I
little
see a little
collection.
art of Zelda on the side there.
Oh, he's a Zelda fan, bro. He loves Zelda. Like you don't understand. Like,
I love Breath of the Wild, but apparently that does not make me a Zelda fan.
but this dude, his collection of Zelda games is ridiculous.
Oh, I
Like
believe it. I
it,
believe
it's
it.
it's on point. So yeah, Louis, my boy is just stupid when it comes to like artwork. So he makes his own goddamn artwork, and it's just
I wish I were talented enough to do that.
me too. Trust me, me too, man. I
But
wish.
we're collectors. That's where all of our creative genius has gone, is to finding good deals and finding a way to display it all, not to actually making new stuff.
Exactly, exactly. So listen, I don't know if you have time. I don't want to start a conversation if you need to
I have
go.
time.
Okay, beautiful. Because we've been again, and I love the shit out of it, talking about old media, talking about soundtracks and all this stuff.
Mm,
But I also wanted to ask you about your passion for Pokemon, which is how your YouTube started, right? You were
yeah,
a trade, so
a trading card game. Yeah.
Exactly. So when did that like when did you start collecting Pokemon cards? Like how did that
Well,
happen?
first of all, I need to say Pokemon is my biggest. It is the thing that I am the biggest fan of. Pokemon everything. I've been a fan of that since the day it came to the United States back in '98. Um, so I love Pokemon. I got into card collecting. I did it off and on as I was growing up, of course, but I got into it hardcore, making a YouTube channel out of it around 2010, I think. Right when Black and White came out, I started picking up packs and opening them up, knowing nothing about it. I was just like,
Really?
I just thought, I like the artwork, so I'll get into it. And then between 2010 and 2012, I slowly learned how the card game worked and how you can get different rarities of cards, about how much you should expect to get a rare card per pack. About one rare card every 6 packs was what it was back then, or 12 packs actually. Um,
Damn, 12 packs.
I was watching another YouTuber who is still around, called the Cat's Meowth, who opened up Pokemon cards. In fact, she had a record on YouTube at one point of the most packs opened up at one time, which was 2,575, I think,
Jesus
packs
Christ.
from every set ever made. Just opened up all of them. It was really amazing to watch. So I thought, you know what, that looks like fun. I'll start opening up my packs on camera too. And then in 2013, there was this new set that came out, and it was the first time that the cards had the possibility of being completely golden color.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a box for that. A booster box has 36 packs, and that's the most efficient way of getting packs. It's $100 per box. And we bought a booster box. My wife was one who opened it up, and she pulled the gold card in that video, which was, again, the day that set released. So
Mm-hmm.
it was literally like the first or second video in all of YouTube that had the gold card. Of course, this is back when you could, just take a screenshot from the video and make that the thumbnail,
Yeah.
and it was relevant. So we did that, and I got like 1,000 views in a week, and I was just blown away that many people wanted to watch me. And then it just never stops. That video has over 1 million views now. And only 6 months later, there was a set that came out called Flashfire that had a secret rare, super, super, super hard to get Charizard card. It was a Mega Charizard, and I pulled it. And that, for years and years and years, up until literally this year, was the most viewed the most viewed trading card anything on
Wow.
YouTube. Yeah,
Get the
it is up over 6 million views now,
holy
which is still like
smokes.
in third or fourth place. It's ridiculous. Um, so after that, my channel completely blew up, and by the end of 2014, I was earning more from YouTube than I was at my real job. So I quit my job, and I quit college because I never did figure out what I wanted to graduate with. I still don't. I still don't know what I want to do. And I just started doing YouTube full time. And I did the card game for a few more years. I pretty much quit it around 2016, 2017, just because it got to the point where instead of getting a rare card every once in a while, you became disappointed if you didn't get a rare card like
Mm-hmm.
every other pack or something like that. They just printed way too many. They're still printing way too many now. I think the new set has something like 100 rare cards in it in
Yep.
a
Yep.
200 card set. Just what's the point at that point?
How rare is it now? Like,
So honestly, like in 2017, I just like this isn't fun anymore. I had 90% of a complete English Pokemon card set. I had 90% of every English card ever made.
Jesus
And it
Christ.
and I was just like, I'm done. I'm not interested. This isn't fun anymore. So I over the course of maybe a month, I sold everything except for the ones that I actually cared about, which was only a few hundred.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't collect the cards anymore. The last time I tried to be like, okay, let's try opening up a box on camera, see how it does. It just didn't get views. So I'm like, well, I moved on with my channel. My audience has moved on with my channel. So I don't regret doing the cards. I don't regret getting rid of my cards. It was a really fun time of my life
Mm-hmm.
collecting Pokemon cards. But I won't say I outgrew it because that implies that there's an age limit. There isn't, but I lost interest, and now on my channel I play video games, which is a lot of fun, and honestly I think I do prefer that over the cards anyway. Because with the cards, it was really hard towards the end there to just try and come up with a new concept for a video every single day.
Mm-hmm.
When a new set releases every 3 months and then I get maybe a week of content out of that, it's not sustainable. So moving on I think that was the correct decision, and I do not regret it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like like you said, you're doing YouTube full time.
Yeah.
So, and you're playing, games. I see. Splatoon. If I'm not mistaken, is how you started streaming.
That's the one that really took off, yeah. And I still love that franchise. I just put up a new video a few days ago for the first time in a while, and it's doing well. And it's gotten to the point now where I actually do want to I really do want to keep playing it a bit more on my channel. I just wish Nintendo would make a new one, please. It's been 4 years since the last one almost. So
Wow, it's been 4 already.
yeah, Splatoon 1 came out in 2015. It really took off on my channel in 2016.
Wow.
So when 2017 came around and the new game came out, it was just the perfect time for me to be on top of it. But after 3.5 years, I'm running dry on content. That's all.
No, I got you. I got you. Now, moving into Splatoon, like that was before or after Amiibo?
Right during.
Okay, so it was right in the middle. Like
Yeah.
Amiibo shit was happening. It's like,
Yeah. So I think Amiibo and Splatoon, for me anyway, were hand in hand. With the original Splatoon, they released the Inkling Girl, the Boy, and the Squid when the game came out, and then pretty much after the game was dead for a while, they suddenly come out of nowhere and say, "Hey, we're making Callie and Marie amiibos as well." I'm like, "Oh, I want those!" So, yeah, it was awesome. And then of course, when Splatoon 2 came out, they made the Inkling Girl, Boy, Squid all over again. Oh, and they did the recoloring for the original 3 as well from the first game. I forgot about that.
really? I
Yeah.
still have those.
Mm.
That's what's up.
But then they also made Pearl and Marina, the two girls from Splatoon 2. Then when the Octo expansion came out, they made the Octoling Girl, Boy, and Octopus amiibo as well.
I never, yeah, I saw those. They look, I love the designs of Splatoon. They're so freaking
Yeah.
dope. And the Figmas they look fantastic. And that's
Figmas
actually what I
were
want to get.
solid. Yeah.
I definitely want to get those. But again, alas, I'm a broke ass bitch.
Yeah.
Trying to stay away from everything for now. But yeah, I still have all my all the amiibos I ever got. All the Nintendo toys I ever hunted. Like
Well,
even
I'm glad
now.
to hear that you kept all those.
Oh, I do. Funny enough, like I have I don't know if you saw, but I got the Samus quarter scale statue. I don't know if you've seen
Okay.
that. So it's just gorgeous. I'm gonna show you right now. But like I have I pre-ordered that bitch in 2016, right? And I
Oh,
got
look at
this dude. I have two. I have bought one first, and then I got another one. This was still in its box since 2016 because when I pre-ordered the Samus, she was supposed to come out the next year. It took 4.5 years for her to come out. because of all the workings, the lights, and all that crap.
Yeah.
So I finally got to open this bitch, but this was right with every other World of Nintendo figure that I have owned.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me show you this.
Oh, I remember the Samus and Metroid amiibo came out with Samus Returns as well on the 3DS.
Look at. I gotta parade her, bro.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, man.
It's so pretty. I know it looks like crap in this potato
No,
quality.
I mean, even this looks great. So I can only imagine how much better it looks in person.
But it's such an amazing statue, man. It was worth the wait. It was 100% worth the wait.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh, shit. So I have her here. And I have the
Yeah, that's the Metroid amiibo.
the Metroid amiibo. I have the Samus amiibo that came with this. I don't know if
Yeah.
they came together. I think they came together.
Yeah, they were together.
So I have her. I have all the Samus amiibos. Oh, right there. But of course, I had to have this shit out with the big one over here.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love that amiibo too because it's actually squishy on the top.
Just like the fucking figures right here.
Yeah.
Like even this little Nintendo figure that I also have there.
Oh,
like,
even
what
that?
Nintendo-
Oh.
Yeah, look at that. So they're all squishy. It's awesome.
I really hope Metroid Prime 4 is good.
Oh man, I can't wait, dude.
I really
Metroid
hope that
Prime
game comes out someday.
one of the I was gonna say one of the rarest. I don't know how rare it is, but like I have the Metroid Prime soundtrack that came with Metroid Prime and Metroid Fusion. I bought that because I love the Metroid Prime music, like the theme song for Metroid Prime. Delicious. God damn. I love them. But yeah, dude. Man, listen. I think I'm done for now.
All right.
I don't want to talk about everything because I still want to ask you a bunch of questions, but I want to bring you back.
Okay.
And have that conversation because we had, and I am again so pleased we had a conversation that I didn't think we were gonna have. I can't tell you how happy I am about talking about your passion for alt media, your passion for movie scores. Like, I'm such a bitch for movie scores. I can talk movie scores for hours on end, like no joke. So I was pleasantly surprised we were talking about that. Thank you so much for that, dude. Like, I love and I told you, like, the passion you ooze for that alt media is awesome. Like, you're so pumped, and I love the fact that it also brings you back and you have like fun memories because of your dad connected to that whole aspect of it. Your dad collecting the laser disc and some of the VHS, like you were saying. Like, it's just it was awesome. I was not expecting that. Loved it, and I appreciate it. And
It's been my pleasure,
dude, and I appreciate your time, brother. Like I said, man, you're awesome. I'm gonna have you back 100% so we can continue conversations and maybe talk about more what do you call it, movie score stuff, because I'm a bitch for movie scores. Introduce you to some new shit, and likewise I totally suggest you at least listen to the Apocalypto soundtrack. I think you're gonna like it. But yeah, man, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it.
It's been great. Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. I'm gonna have all the links to your social stuff on the description, but if you wanna plug yourself in, go ahead, brother. Right now.
Okay. Skul on YouTube. Skul with 1L.
1L.
1L. Yeah. Used to be Skul TCG, but I got tired of people asking me in real life, how do you spell that? And I say, here, let me type into your phone for you. No joke. That's the main reason I swapped my channel. That's pretty much. I'm not kidding. That's pretty much why.
Now, why the Pokemon? Why that Pokemon? Before I go, now I have to ask you.
That is Helioptile. That is my favorite Pokemon.
That's your favorite all-time Pokemon?
Yes. That particular one is my channel mascot. Her name is Zippy.
Zippy. That's hilarious. It's just funny. I hadn't realized that you had changed, to Skul. I see the URL still says Skul TCG.
Yeah.
But the name is Skul.
Yeah, name is Skul with 1L.
Awesome. Anyways, brother, thank you so much for your time, Papi. Take care. Good luck with everything you're doing. And I hope you keep fucking growing your YouTube channel and, doing your thing, brother. All right?
All right. Thanks very much.
No problem. I'm out.
All right.